Well, hello guys, it's Chris, your YouTube daddy here. I've just finished work and I've decided to do a interesting video today. I keep getting asked the question, what's it like to run your own business in Blackpool and how difficult is it to do? And a lot of people keep asking me about advice about leaving their jobs, leaving their hometowns and coming to Blackpool and starting a business. So I've been thinking about doing a video like this for ages. It's a bit like the video I did, if you've not seen it, check it out, about what's it like to live in Blackpool. But this is going to be predominantly about what's it like to operate a business in Blackpool and what are the pitfalls, what do you need to consider, things like that. So I've written myself a piece of paper out, which is unlike me to actually be organised. So we're going to call this video, so you're thinking of starting a business in Blackpool. What should you consider? And I've written myself, just dropped it, and I've written myself a bullet point list of things I need to talk about. And it'll give you a better understanding and idea if it's the right thing for you and if you've got the skills and the background and stuff like that to make it successful. Because you don't want to come to Blackpool and give up a job or give up your home life and stuff like that and fail, because unfortunately I have seen over the years quite a few people do that. I've also seen quite a few people succeed, but you've got to make sure that you have a plan and you do your due diligence, and you do some proper research. So I've got my list and I'm just going to talk about a few items that I think may be of interest to you and may help you make that decision and may help you if you do decide to come to Blackpool and to start a business and to become self-employed. It'll give you a few more ideas to give you less chance of failing, because it's no good to me or anybody if somebody comes to Blackpool to start a business up and they fail. It's absolutely no good to me. It's no good to them, it's no good to me, it's no good to anybody else. So if you want to come to Blackpool and you want to create a business and be a part of our economy and a part of our lifestyle, I want you to succeed. So I hope this goes some way. The first thing I will say, I'm going to talk about my previous life and why I ended up here. But the first thing I'm going to say, if you are considering coming to Blackpool to start a business, don't try and reinvent the wheel. Blackpool is very good at what it does. It's been doing it for hundreds of years. So if you think you're going to move here and you're going to sell posh latte coffees and stuff like that, or eels or croissants and all that kind of stuff, all this middle class stuff, it's not going to work. It's really not going to work. Stick to the basics. So stick to what Blackpool's good at. Kiss me quick hats, sticks a rock. That's what we're good at. We've been doing it for decades. If you stick to that industry, that's a good starting point. I've seen too many people turn up and say, oh, well, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, or I'm going to have a hotel and charge £100 a night to put 4 poster beds in and everybody's going to come here. No, they're not. Or I'm going to sell posh coffees, or I'm going to sell croissants, or I'm going to sell frog's legs or something like that. It's not going to happen. People who come to Blackpool know what they like. They like cheap digs, £1 burgers, candy floss and sticks of rock. That's what they like, and that's what we're good at. So stick to what we're good at. So I'm going to start with this with my old life. Okay, for most of you who've been following this channel for years, you know that I worked in the automotive industry as a process and quality engineer, basically in an office. So it was office, shirt and tie, 9 till 5, working for the man, get your monthly salary, and nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. If that's what you like, that's what you like. But I got bored of it. And when you stop enjoying your job, it's time to consider doing something else. So I got bored of my job and decided that I wanted to do something else. And then I ended up coming to Blackpool with Karen, and we ended up deciding to buy a bed and breakfast. Okay, totally unprepared. So this is going to be a list of do what I say and not do what I did. If I was doing it again, I would be so much better prepared now. And I wish I had a video like this of somebody telling me what I should have considered. But this was before the days of YouTube, before your days of everything going on. The internet was quite a new Sing. It was all on dial-up. We all had AOL email addresses and stuff like that. So things have moved forward now. So there is a lot more information out there, so you can consider more things now when you have a better understanding. So I'm hoping this is what it's for. So me and Karen decided to move to Blackpool. This was about 22 years ago, and we sold up our house. I gave up my job and we bought a bed and breakfast. So we had an amount of money that we put down on the hotel. We had to borrow some money as well, and it was hard. It was really, really hard, and I seriously underestimated the amount of money that I needed, to the point I was out on the seafront. I got my peddler's license, selling the flashy things, you know, the flashy hats and the twirly things and all that lot, to make ends meet so I could feed the family and stuff like that, because I'd come here with 2 kids. So you have to be enterprising, there's no doubt about it, because we got here in December and I didn't realise there's no money to be earned in the winter. So that is one thing you have definitely got to consider. There is no money to be earned in the winter. So you've got 8 months to earn 12 months money. So whatever your business model is, you have to consider it needs to be based around tourists. There's no point saying, oh, it's all right, my product's great and everybody will buy it and I could work 12 months round and make a living. Rubbish. Won't happen. Will not happen. If you don't make your money in 8 months and manage to save enough money to carry you over the winter, you're not going to survive. So if you're thinking, oh, my business is exceptional and I know what I'm doing and it's definitely going to be able to go 12 months a year, you're deluding yourself. It's not going to happen. I thought, oh, it's all right. All the hotels, they'll be all right. We'll be able to run through the winter and earn money through the winter. Didn't happen. There's nobody here. There's a couple of people here, yeah? But nothing of any volume that's going to compensate for the amount of electricity you're using and the amount of money you're using. So the first thing you need to think about is Blackpool's industry isn't 12 months a year, it's 8 months a year, and it's 7 days a week for 8 months a year. So from my point of view, I probably have the same time off as anybody else, but mine's all consolidated into one go. So I work 7 days a week from the 1st of March up until the 2nd of November. I don't have a day off. Don't have one day off. Don't have Saturdays off. Don't have Sundays off. Don't go to my kids' proms when they were kids. You don't do anything. You literally just work, because you have to make sure that you've got enough money for that winter period. So that's one big thing you need to consider. Is your business model going to be able to sustain you during the winter when you've got no money coming in? That's hard. That's difficult. Okay. So I'm going to go down my list now. So the first thing is you need to make a plan. So first of all, you need to decide what you're going to do. Are you going to open a bed and breakfast? Are you going to open a cafe? Are you going to take on an existing business? Are you going to rent an old unit out and turn it into a shop, a burger bar, a candy stall? You know, there's lots and lots of things you can do. Selling rock. We all know what Blackpool does, yeah? So what are you going to do? And have you got enough money to do it? So whatever you think you calculate, because you go on the internet, you'll say, well, this is going to cost me £500 a month for rent. It's going to cost me this much for electricity, this much for this. So put it in your plan. I'm going to buy this much stock and all this lot and all that lot. Whatever your calculation comes out to, put half on top of it again. So if you calculate it's going to cost you £1,000 a month, yeah, make sure you budget in £1,500 a month, because there's so many inconsequentials you don't think about. You need public liability insurance. You need to have a vehicle. Your vehicle needs to be commercial. You need to pay your own national insurance. You need to have a tax advisor. There's so many different things that you need to consider as you're going down this path. So whatever you think about, yeah, there's going to be something you forget about. Oh my God, when we first come here and bought the hotel, I thought, at the end of it all, I calculated, right, I've got £10,000 left, and that'll see me through until we start making some money. Oh my God, it all went. You had to have an alcohol licence at the time in the bar, so I had to pay for the alcohol licence, had to pay for the bar stock, had to have fire assessments done, new fire alarm. Oh my God, it was endless the amount of things that you have to consider. So, as my first point is, when you've done your plan and you've worked out how much it's going to cost you a month, yeah, add half again on top of it, just to give yourself a bit of space. So, if at that point you haven't got the money, you know you're not going to succeed, or your chances of succeeding are very limited, because you don't want to come in and fail. But if you've hit that hurdle and you've got a plan, hey, I've got a plan, I know what I'm going to do, I've got the money to back it up. Yep. Now, you're going to have a premises, aren't you? Now, one of the things about a premises is, if you're buying an existing business, right? So let's say you were coming to buy my burger bar off me. Let's say I decided to sell my burger bar, and you said, right, I'm going to buy my burger bar. I'm going to buy this burger bar off you, yep? And that's going to be an amount of money. And then whoever's selling you this place, yeah, is going to tell you, oh, we turn over hundreds of thousands of pounds. It's absolutely... Don't believe them. People tell porkies. Not everybody's truthful like me. People tell porkies, yep? So you need to do some proper work. So if you are thinking of buying an existing business, before you even go there and approach the person, do what I did. When I bought the arcade, yeah, I wish I'd done this for the hotel, but when I bought the arcade, I parked my car. I was thinking about buying it. I saw it up on the market for sale, and I parked my car across the road outside the cafe, and I sat there for hours watching how many people were going into the arcade, and what the football was, and what the demographics, what the type of people were that are around, before I decided to buy it. So when I went into it, it didn't matter what they told me, I had a better idea of how busy the street was. If there's a street and there's nobody walking down it, yeah, or nobody's going into the business and they're telling you they're turning over £200,000 a year, you think they may be telling porkies slightly. So do your business, do your due diligence, check on it. That's if you're buying an existing business. If you go the other route and you decide just to buy an empty unit, rent an empty unit, £300 a month, £400 a month, depending where you are. They are quite cheap here, to be fair. But do the same study. Sit in your car or stand on the side of the road and watch the football. Watch the type of people that are walking past. So, what people are you going to be able to draw from? Now, my business is slightly different, as you know, because I'm on the internet a lot, and people actually physically come off the prom to me. But that's took years and years and years to build up that reputation, and the internet and the following and the pound burger and stuff like that. Initially, I was relying on people walking past. This was before I had a burger bar in here and playing the arcade machines. And the football wasn't great, but I did get it at a reasonable price. But it wasn't great. That's when we decided to build the burger bar, and then that's history for you, okay? That's we are where we are now, yeah? So look at the football, look at the demographics. What's the age group? Is the product that you're selling, if you're selling novelty hats and stuff like that, and you're in areas that only old people walk past, they may not want to buy it. So think about the area. Think about why is the area so cheap, yeah? And look at the businesses around you. Talk to them, find out what's going on. This is about going in with your eyes open and have as much information as you physically can have. Fail to prepare and prepare to fail. That's a nice naff cliche, but I truly believe that. Piss poor preparation equals piss poor performance. You've got to be prepared. Try to work out every eventuality. You won't get it all, but the more information you have, and the more you talk to people, and the more watching videos like this and looking at other people who do the same type of line, the more chance you've got of succeeding. Okay, so this is in no particular order. Okay, there is another thing you need to consider. If you're in a full-time job at the moment and you're bringing in a salary, I was doing the same. I was in a full-time job, reasonably paid job, got paid monthly salary. It didn't matter what was going on in that business. Every month, 25th of the month, I got paid into my bank account. Money in the bank, money in the bank, money in the bank. You go self-employed, it isn't like that. It isn't like that. So can you sustain that? Yeah. Now, alongside that, what are your family circumstances? Are you coming here by yourself, so you've only got yourself to worry about? Have you got a partner? I was lucky because me and Karen worked together in the hotel and all that lot. But we did still have 2 young children, so which we brought from the Midlands out of school and had to put them in school in here. But if you wanted to think about that kind of thing, you can check on my last video about moving to Blackpool. That goes more into that. But you do have to consider your financial obligations that are going on around you, because you've obviously got to have to buy a house, get somewhere to run your business from, building your business. Right. How long is it going to take you for your business to make a profit? I'll be honest, this arcade took me over 2 years to make a profit. Over 2 years. Because I was in a position that I got the hotel at the time, so I was earning money from the hotel and I was putting the money into here. So everything I earned from here wasn't having to give me a living. So I had money coming from somewhere else to give me a living, because every penny I put into here, I was buying new equipment. And then when we built the burger bar, I had to buy all the stuff for that, buy the Bain Maries and buy everything else that goes alongside that. So it took me just over 2 years until I actually made a profit. So you have to consider, are you going to be able to make a profit? And if you can't, if you think, oh, it's going to take me at least a year to make a profit, yep, have you got the financial backup to be able to sustain that? In other words, have you got the money to pay for your rent, or have you got your own house and stuff like that? So consider that, okay? That's important. That's very important. Okay, right. The other thing you need to think about is, if you're here working, you're no longer a tourist. You're not on holiday anymore. You're working. Blackpool is an absolutely I love Blackpool and I love working here, and it's an absolutely fantastic place to be. But when you've been here normally, you've got a little bit of extra money in your pocket. You probably go to the pleasure beach, you probably go up the tower, you go on the piers, you have a walk on the beach, you buy some candy floss, and you're in tourist mode. When you're working here, you're no longer a tourist. It's completely different. When everything's open, I'm open. When everything's closed, I'm closed. So even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to go to the pleasure beach. I wouldn't be able to go to the tower. I wouldn't be able to go on the piers, because these places are open when I'm working, because there's people here. And when I'm not working for a reason, because there's nobody here. So remember that if you do want to move here and become a business owner and operate a business here, yeah, you're no longer a tourist, and you have to get out of that mindset. When me and Karen first moved here, we were tourists. We were going out with the neighbour, and we were going to the pub, and we were doing this and we were doing that, and it was living great for the first couple of months, till the money started running out. And then you have to think, I've got to earn a living here. My money's gone down, I'm not doing my job, and I'm not earning a living. You know, one of the mistakes you do a lot of the time is you move here, and let's say you've got a bed and breakfast, and then you go out drinking, or you go out socialising with the people who are here on holiday. Remember, they're on holiday, you're not. You're working. You're creating yourself a job. Your holiday is in the winter. As you know, I shop for 4 months a year, and that's my holiday. And then I can go on holiday with my family and have some time away from work and stuff like that. But while I'm in season, while you guys are all here enjoying yourself, walking around with your kiss me quick hats and your plastic donkeys, and you're going running along the beach, I'm behind that counter cooking burgers. And you've got to be focused. You've really got to be focused on what your goals are. That's all a part of the plan. What are your goals? My goal is simple. I opened the 1st of March, and by the 2nd of November, I have got to have enough money in the bank to last me that 4 months period for all my bills, because we still have bills coming in. Even when you're not open, you still have bills coming into the business. You still have your household bills. And if you're in a position to go on holiday, because you've got to have some time away, pay for a holiday as well. So my focus for 8 months is not to be a tourist, not to go out there, not to eat candy floss and stuff like that. It's to work. So I'll give you today's, for instance. What have I done today? I was up at 9 o'clock this morning because I had to go to pick some burgers up. So I was at the warehouse at 9 o'clock this morning. So up to the warehouse, 9 o'clock this morning, come down here, unload my car, unload everything out of my car, turn everything on, get the place ready. Once I've got the place ready, open up. Once I've opened up and cooked for a few hours and stuff like that, close down. What do I do then? I have to clean up. I've got to clean up, make sure everything's ready, prepared tomorrow. And then I'm still going to go back to the warehouse tomorrow because I need some rolls, because I've run out of hot dog rolls. I sold too many, so I ran out and I didn't have any room in my car. Anyway, that's the second thing, yeah. And you've got to remember, at the moment, I'm only on low hours because it's still the lower end of the season. So I'm out of the house maybe 9 hours a day at the moment. When I'm in full season, I'll be out of the house 16 hours a day. I'll be based hardly in the house. So I'll be out, what a normal person does, 8-hour shift, yeah, I'll be out double that in main season. By the time you start in the morning, and by the time you finish cleaning up at night, it's dark by the time I get home. So you have to be fully focused. But by being fully focused within them 8 month period, yeah, it means, and it makes my winter a lot easier. 8 months. 2 months of that, which we're in at the moment, are reasonably quiet. So March, April are reasonably quiet. I'm only doing 4 or 5 hours a day. And then the other 6 months, you're doing some major hours. Okay? So it is broken to 3, really. 4 months shut. First 2 months, quietish, but you're doing a bit. And then the 6 months is hard graft. And that's when you take your money. And that's when you do your turnover. And that's when you put your millions of money in place. So I hope that helps you there a little bit. Let's see what else I've written on my list. I spoke about the winter. I'll put do your research, have a plan. Why did I move here? Don't reinvent the wheel. I'm going to talk about this one, about not reinventing the wheel, yeah? Because it's important. You remember I talked about your demographics. Who are the type of people who come to Blackpool? It's not your upwardly middle class people. They'll go to Devon and Cornwall, or they'll go to the Lake District yomping around in their caggles and stuff like that. And they might have high tea and stuff like that. Now, if that's what they want, that's great. But that's not who we're catering to in Blackpool. Okay, I'm generalising it and I'm stereotyping it a little bit, yeah? But as a general rule of thumb, people who come here do not want to have high tea and caviar. And if you want to open up a cafe that's top-end cafe, it's not going to work here. It's a bit like if I opened up a pound burger bar in the middle of the Lake District, it wouldn't work. Because our client base wouldn't want a pound burger. So know your client base. And is your client base the people who are coming to Blackpool? Why has Blackpool lasted for so long doing what we do? Because we know what we're doing. So don't try and reinvent the wheel. As you say, if you are thinking about it and don't know what to do, come here, walk around the street, have a look at what people are doing. Have a look at what the successful people are doing. You can tell the difference in the successful people and not successful people. The people who have got a nice clean shop and they've got a big turnover and they've got a lot of people coming in and coming out, that's successful people. The basics of Blackpool, okay, is there's 2 ways of doing business. You can either have large markup and small turnover. So for instance, if you sell a television, yep, you might make £100 on that television when you sell it. But you might only sell 2 a day because it's a large item. So it's a large markup, small turnover. Blackpool is based on the other business premise, which is small markup, large turnover. I'm a classic example of that. Pound burger, very small turnover, very small markup. I don't make a lot on each item, but I do such a large amount of them. And that's what Blackpool's all about. It's about quick turnover. What product are you selling? Or what service are you selling? Is it a quick turnover? Is it profitable? Are you overcharging? There was a word I was looking for then. I can't remember. But are you basically charging what everybody else is charging? What are you doing any different? And are you going to be able to appeal to people? Okay? And the other thing is, once you've got your business, once you've got you established and all that lot, and you've got your market and all that lot, you've got to keep the business growing, you've got to keep developing it. So have you got the skills to use the internet, YouTube, Facebook, stuff like that? You learn very quickly. I had none of them skills before I came here. Before I came here, there was no YouTube anyway, so I kind of developed into it, yeah? And you learn to do things for yourself. I'll just finish on this, but I'll give you an analogy. When you go to work and you work in a big industry like I did, yeah, if something breaks, you call the maintenance department. If something needs paying, yeah, you call the purchasing department. If a debt needs collecting, you call the finance department. If there's a problem, you call your manager. There's lots and lots of different people to do different things, yeah. So you're set doing your one job, and that's all you've got to think about, which is great. When you've got your own business, you are maintenance man, finance, purchaser, director, manager. You are everybody. If a plug blows, you can't phone up a maintenance man and get him to come and repair it. You've got to repair it yourself. If this goes, if that goes, if you have a flood, if you need to sort out your insurance, if you need to sort out your car, whatever you need to do for the business, there is nobody else. It's your job. So you've got to consider that. That was a cultural change for me. I worked in quite a big industry, and I was a quality process and quality engineer. Basically, I wrote things down, okay, production stuff and all that lot. And then if a machine broke down, I'd just go on the phone. Hello, maintenance department. The machine's broke down. They'd come out and sort it out. If there was a problem with the customer complained about a quality problem, I'd phone the quality department. Blah, 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 we got this. If there was this problem, that problem, this problem, whatever, yeah, there was always somebody there to do it. If there's a problem here, it's your job. When I'm working, it's happened before, when I'm working, middle of working, fire department turn up, fire officer turn up. Well, we're here to do a fire inspection. I can't turn around and say, oh, I'll just phone up the health and safety man and he'll deal with it. Guess what? I'm dealing with it. I'm the one who has to write the risk assessment. I'm the one who has to go through the risk assessment. I'm the one who has to make sure the fire extinguishers are all serviced. There's an operating fire alarm and everything else that goes alongside that. That's down to me. Not anybody else. That's down to me. When the health and hygiene turn up, I can't do, oh, I'll just get my catering manager here. Guess what? That's down to me again. I'm the one who has to know what's going on, all the temperatures are done, everything's clean, I'm doing stock rotation and everything else. So just consider that it's down to you. I'm not trying to put you off. I absolutely love being self-employed. Would I ever want to go back to working for somebody else? Absolutely not. Not in the months of Sundays would I want to go back to working for somebody else. But it is hard work, and especially in the early years. I make it look fun and make it look a right laugh. That one, for me, it is fun and it is a right laugh. And it helps that I love the town. I'm just going to stop at this point and say, that's the other thing, yeah? If you don't enjoy what you're doing, don't do it. I love what I do. I love cooking burgers. I love having the crack. I love being in Blackpool. I'm having fun here. So people want to join with me. They want to be a part of that because they can see I'm enjoying it. How many times have you been into a chain store and the person don't want a beer, I hate this job, blah, 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 blah. And how does that make the customer feel? So whatever job you want to do here, business you want to operate or here, make sure that you want to do it, you want to love the job. Before I came here, I loved my job. And then I stopped liking it. And guess what? I left. And then I came here. And then I did hotels for a bit. And then I stopped liking the hotels. So then I started doing the arcade. And then we did the burger bar, and then I started doing YouTube. So I'm constantly developing, but I enjoy my job. So there's a really naff cliche. Now, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but it's so true. If you enjoy what you're doing, you will never work a day in your life. Now, I love what I'm doing, yeah? And I wouldn't give it up for the world, yeah? But I just want anybody else who wants to live this life to think about what the pitfalls can be, and have you got the skills to do that? I'm not talking about qualifications. I haven't got a qualification to my name. Qualifications are rubbish. They mean nothing. Anybody under the age of 18 listening to this, don't listen to me. Qualifications are good. They're not. I don't get it. Got no qualifications, yeah? I'm talking about interpersonal skills. I'm talking about strengths of being able to do it. Because another thing you need to consider as well is when I first moved here, when I give up my job, I had to give a notice period. Everybody was telling me I was stupid. You're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid. For those of you who are watching this video from who I used to work with 20 odd years ago at Plastic Omnium, yeah, you were probably one of these people telling me I was stupid and I'll be coming back with my tail between my legs, yeah. People will tell you you're stupid. You're making a mistake. You shouldn't be doing this. Like Jay just started the bingo next door. So I'm going to wrap this up video up very quickly because of that. I'll just go into here so we can't hear the music as bad. So you will have people telling you you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. But as long as you've got a plan and as long as you know you're doing it for the right reasons, yeah, don't listen to everybody else. But the key points are, do your research. Don't try and invent the wheel. Come here because you want to come here, not because you have to come here. Yeah, enjoy what you're doing. The thing is, you're a long time dead. And if you work a third of your life, you don't want to walk into work and go, oh, I hate this job. Anyway, if this video has been of any help, please put the comments in below. Don't forget, if you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And if you do have any questions regarding businesses or stuff like that, feel free to drop me a line and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. I won't promise it'll be straight away because I am going into main season now, but I do hope this video takes you where it's meant to and it gives you a better appreciation if you are considering starting a business in Blackpool, and I hope my experience will help you not make some of the mistakes that I made early on, running and not having any money, having to go on the seafront, selling flashy stuff just to survive. And if I'd have been a little bit better prepared, I may not have had to do that. But it worked out well. But that's got nothing to do with luck. It's hard work, yeah? And don't underestimate how hard work being self-employed is. You only see a certain amount that you see here. Okay, you do see quite a bit more than you do in places. You see me cleaning up, hoovering up and stuff in the background and all that lot, but it's constant. It is constant, and you've got to have 100% focus, because if you don't, you could blow all your money and end up in a place that you don't want to be. But if you do focus, it could be the best decision you ever made in your life. It was certainly the best decision I made in my life. Anyway, enough of me warbling, because I've no idea what I've said anyway. If you like this video, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and more importantly, hit that notification bell. And if you like this type of video, please put in the comments below, there, wherever they are, yeah, what type of video you'd like to do next. Because people do say they like me doing these type of serious videos every now and then, just to show that I am a grown-up. Apparently so. Okay, thanks a lot for watching, and bye for now.